"Don't sign it!" the single dad suddenly called out from across the private dining room. Every conversation stopped. The billionaire looked up in surprise while the translator turned pale. The waiter took a deep breath and added, "Your translator isn't telling you the truth." The room fell into complete silence. Several executives stared at the waiter, expecting security to drag him away. Instead, the billionaire slowly placed the pen on the table and said, "Explain." The single dad apologized for interrupting the meeting. "I know this isn't my place," he said calmly, "but I speak both languages fluently. The translator changed several important details in your agreement." The translator laughed nervously and accused the waiter of lying. The billionaire remained expressionless. "Then let's test both of you," she replied, before asking each man to translate the same paragraph. The translator spoke first, confidently explaining that the contract would create an equal partnership. Then the waiter repeated the translation word for word from the original document. His version was completely different. According to him, the agreement secretly transferred valuable rights to another company after only 12 months. Several executives immediately compared both translations with the original papers. The room grew quieter with every passing second. One legal advisor stood up and carefully reviewed the foreign language contract himself. After several tense minutes, he slowly nodded toward the billionaire. "The waiter is correct." Shock spread across the room. The translator had intentionally hidden critical clauses that could have cost the company millions. Security quietly escorted the translator outside, while everyone else struggled to understand how a restaurant waiter had noticed the deception. The billionaire thanked the single dad for speaking up despite the risk. He smiled modestly. "My daughter always tells me that staying silent when someone needs help is another way of walking away." His answer touched everyone in the room. The executives expected him to ask for money or a reward, but instead, he simply returned to collecting empty glasses as though nothing extraordinary had happened. Curious, the billionaire invited him to sit for a few minutes after the meeting ended. She learned that he worked double shifts to support his young daughter after losing his previous career during difficult times. Despite every challenge, he spent his evenings teaching his daughter honesty, respect, and the importance of helping strangers without expecting anything in return. His quiet confidence impressed her far more than expensive suits ever could. The billionaire offered him a large cash reward for saving the company from a disastrous mistake. The father smiled politely and shook his head. "I'm grateful, but I can't accept money for doing what I believe is right." The executives exchanged surprised looks. Very few people had ever refused such generosity. The billionaire realized his integrity couldn't be bought. Instead of insisting, she asked another question. "If you won't accept the reward, what do you wish for?" The father thought for a moment before answering. "Just promise me you'll give honest people a chance, even if they wear an apron instead of a business suit." His words stayed with everyone in the room because they carried the weight of real experience rather than empty advice. A week later, the billionaire returned to the restaurant. She wasn't there as an important guest, but as someone determined to keep her promise. She offered the single dad a position in her international business team, explaining that someone with honesty, language skills, and courage was exactly the kind of leader her company needed. After careful thought, he accepted, not for himself, but to build a better future for his daughter. On his first day, he thanked the restaurant staff who had supported him through difficult times. The billionaire reminded every executive that true talent can appear anywhere if people are willing to look beyond appearances. As the father walked home that evening, his daughter ran into his arms with the brightest smile. He whispered, "Always tell the truth, even when your voice shakes. One honest moment can change someone's life forever." If this story touched your heart, share your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more emotional single dad stories.